Hi, this is Valerie with Gimme Lip and More. Oh my goodness, what a day. I am just relaxing and giving my face a break. I've put marula oil all over it. This weather is so cold and dry that my face is just drinking. My skin is just drinking oil, if that's not crazy. So, if you've never been here, welcome. And if you've returned, yay! I'm so glad you're back. So, this is one of my rambling reflection videos. I am now in Tennessee on my travel nurse assignment. So, I was just gonna, sort of kind of talk to y'all and ramble. I made some notes of some things I wanted to go over, ramble about, not forget to ramble. Um, so I was so proud of myself because I was able to narrow it down to 5 eyeshadow palettes. So let's talk about lips. Yeah, I have a problem. I have 35 lippies that I brought with me and only one mouth. Is that crazy? I have 2 bullet lipsticks, 3 glosses, and everything else is a liquid lipstick. But I love lips, and some of them are like little mini sizes, so I could fit more, because I was like, look, it's so tiny. I'll just throw that in there. So that's how they added up so quickly because they're definitely not all full sizes. Some of them, again, they're little. They're little, like this one. Look, it's a liquid lipstick, but it's a teeny tiny. Well, it's much smaller than the. Let me show you the regular size. You know, it's smaller than the regular size, so um, it's much easier to fit plenty of these, but I like to have a variety. And of course, I didn't want to leave any of my orange shades behind, so I didn't. How about that? Oh my goodness. So, Friday, this past Friday, I had lunch with my grandmother, and she's 87, and I finally got to give her the quilt that I made for her. And one side, my grandfather, he was a shrimper, and it has a shrimp boat on the front with all the nautical themed stuff. She's also Cajun, so it has Cajun food, and her favorite drink is Coca-Cola, so it also has Coke fabric. So that's the front side. And the back side is flannel with this Elvis panel on it. And she's so funny. I give it to her. It has Elvis on it. And she says, I've always wanted to sleep with Elvis. And I'm like, okay, Grandma. She's only 87. So I'm like, well, now you can sleep with Elvis every single night, Grandma. We had lunch at Chick-fil-A, and I brought Kai and Leo, and they had a blast playing, and they got to see Grandma. And then Saturday, I was so fortunate. All of my girls were at the house, and all of my grandbabies, so I got to, hug and kiss and squeeze and smooch on all my girls and my grands, and, that's always nice. And then Sunday, so I totally procrastinated on packing, except for eyeshadow palettes. I had those ready. And got up early Sunday and started packing, and then was on the road by, what time was I on the road by? I was on the road by 11. Oh, you know what I forgot to say about Saturday? So Saturday, Isabel and I went to a reptile convention, and I bought a little bitty teeny tiny orange corn snake, and his name is Tangerine. And he is so cute, and Isabella's going to keep him for me while I am traveling. And she sends me a photo of him every day. And today I got to FaceTime with her and see Tangerine hanging out. So he's so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that also happened on Saturday. And I got to meet a couple of reptile people from YouTube. I got to meet Dan, and I got to meet this other young lady named Kat. Sweet, sweet young people that take care of reptiles and have YouTube channels. So I'll put their links in the description box below, just in case you're interested in learning more about reptiles, because they know much more than I do, but I'm learning, and it's a very exciting experience. And I did not plan on buying a snake of any color, and then that little orange one, and I had looked at 2 snakes before. I had looked at a milk snake, and it was gorgeous. The coloring was beautiful, but they're not the easiest snakes to start out with, they said. And then I was really fascinated by a little hognose snake. She was so cute, and I'd have my hand like this, and the snake would, like, you know, run their little hog nose into my fingers until my little fingers would open up and, like, just go between my fingers. Just a doll. I mean, I wanted that little hog nose. But they said sometimes hognose snakes are hard to feed. And since I've never owned a snake and I want it to be a successful experience, they say corn snakes are the easiest beginner snake to start out with. And then he just happened to be orange. Well, you know, I can't resist an orange anything, so that little orange corn snake went home with me, and yeah, I'm so happy to have him. And then the drive, I went from Houston to Paris, Tennessee, through Arkansas, so I stopped at Arkansas along the way. When I got to Tennessee, the first place that I went to that hit was Memphis. So I stopped and got a picture of the Elvis statue, you know, for Grandma, because, you know, Grandma and Elvis. And it also, Tennessee, Memphis boasts home of rock and roll. So that's pretty neat. And I got here and it was cold, and but I made it. The roads were good, and I thought I made pretty good time. The actual, just the drive, if you don't stop at all, which I don't know how you would do that if you don't have to empty your bladder or buy gas, is 11 hours. But it took me basically 12. But I thought that was pretty good time on the road. Monday morning, I had a wonderful hot breakfast here at this bed and breakfast, and then I went on to the hospital orientation. I was introduced to their electronic charting system, which is McKesson Paragon. I think that's the name of it. I got my badge. I got to meet a couple of nurses on the floor, introduced to the director of nurses of that unit. So I'm going to be doing pediatrics and adult med-surg. It's a mixed unit. Tuesday, first 12-hour shift. Have to be there by 6:45 in the morning. It's 19 degrees. So cold for this Houstonian, because Houston doesn't reach 19 degrees. Maybe once in a blue moon, but I can't remember when Houston was 19 degrees, so it was really, really cold. I put on a coat. I put on another coat on top of that coat. I layered a tank top, a t-shirt, a scrub top, compression socks. Oh my gosh, I had a lot of clothes on. And then I thought I had my gloves in my coat pocket. No, my gloves are back in Houston. I was so sad. My fingers were so cold. But my hat worked, my ears were warm, so I made it. And the hospital is nice. I really like it so far. I mean, I've only been there a couple of days, so, but, sometimes you're somewhere 2 days and you don't like it, so that's a good sign. It was busy. We started off with 4 patients, then we had 3 discharges, then we had an admit, then we had discharge number 4, then we had another admit, and I'm trying to learn the charting. So it was really busy. But the way that they do it is they have usually one RN, and then the rest are LVNs, LPNs, and so it keeps the RN pretty busy because there's some things that the LVN, LPN cannot do that the RN has to do. So it was quite an intense day. So today I am off and I am just taking it slow and easy. I slept in, which was just wonderful. And I'm staying at a bed and breakfast place called Home Sweet Home Bed and Breakfast, and I had a great breakfast today. Had eggs, bacon, fresh fruit, coffee. I mean, I am being spoiled, just spoiled. No one is going to be able to stand me when I leave. And Bailey is the host, and he is really, really awesome. He even gave me a pair of gloves when he found out that I accidentally forgot mine in Houston. He gave me a pair of gloves, so that's awesome. And I got to meet Debbie. Debbie also hosts, and I was really excited to meet her because Bailey had told me all about her, but I hadn't gotten to see her yet. So now I have a face to put with the name. And oh, the other thing about the hospital is so funny because they've been predicting today is like really cold also, and they're predicting snow. And the hospital told me, don't worry if it snows. I'm actually less than 2 miles from the hospital. They said, call them and they will come and get me. How cool is that? Because I could attempt to drive less than 2 miles from where I am to the hospital, and it would be the scariest less than 2 miles of my entire life. So the fact that they will come and get me if it snows is just, that's awesome. That is so awesome. So far everything is going well. If you want to see a video of my 35 lips, and that does not include lip pencils or lip liners. That is just liquid lips, a couple bullet lips, and 3 glosses. If you want to see what I could not leave at home, let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see each and every one of you again soon.